attendees. Let me start tonight's show off with our first sponsor of the night, which is Print Signs and Designs. You can reach 856-453-0336. They do all of the printing, apparel, signs, promotional items, vehicle graphics. They do it all. One-stop shop for everything from t-shirts and hats to wrapping your vehicles. Reach out to those guys and tell them Kevin with the Grind sent you. Next up, our good friends over at Squealing Pigs Audio. Right here in Baytown, Texas, Mr. Lonnie Revels builds some of the baddest big wheel baggers and does some great paint jobs and powder coating and all kinds of stereo work from mild to wild. That's your guy right here in Baytown, Texas, Squealing Pigs Audio. Next up, our good friends over at Urban Rides Magazine. Urban Rides Magazine, established 2019, brought magazines back to the industry when the others went away. These guys go to almost all of the rallies all over the country, and man, I'll tell you what, the magazine quality is amazing. Plus, it's a digital magazine also, so you have multiple ways of getting it. Anyway, get over there to urbanridesmagazine.com and get you a subscription. Hold on. What's the glitch? What's the glitch? Wow. And last but not least, Indiana Northern Illinois Thunder Roads Magazine, another killer publication in the motorcycle industry. You've got to get over to those guys at Indiana and Northern Illinois Thunder Road Magazine on Facebook and the interwebs. Tell them Kevin sent you. All right, everybody, as you can see, we've had a little bit of a tiny bit of technical difficulties. I don't know why they froze up. No, Mr. Joe Hillbilly Faust, I am not in Daytona. Wish I was, though. Not going to lie about it. But I will say this, 15 hours on the phone with business and airbrushing all day. I'm spent. Yeah, I bet you are, Michelle Rowe. Just stopping in to say hello. I'm freaking exhausted. Hello, Pat Price. What's up, Marcia? Janice Juban is in the house. Joe Hillbilly Faust, Hogworks, John Lynch. Brad Murray's in the house. Mr. Rico Rodriguez in the house. Man, it's so good to see everybody here. So, first thing I want to start out with tonight is an update on the actual 2021 National Biker Build Off documentary. So, I'm going to put it out there right now in front of everybody. Here's the deal. We need 2 interviews. We need one from Curly and we need one from Mr. James Ozzie. Once we get those 2 interviews, this thing is knocked out of the park. It is done and over with. I really need to get those 2 guys to send the video in. They deserve to be in it. They put a lot of effort into it. I couldn't be more happy with the way that both of those guys helped me out immensely. James Ozzie, you're a stand-up dude. I don't care what anybody says about you. The fact you sat there and you did your thing and stayed loyal to the show the whole weekend, man. I appreciate you. Love you much, man. Thank you. Please send me the video clip of entering the show, and that's all we have to. We need that clip from you. And Mr. Curly, will you please send us the little 3 to 5 minute video talking about the Grind Show, what you think about the show, what you thought about the Biker Build Off, and then judging that show. We really need you in there, man. You were an integral part of this whole process, and I will wait on you to hurry up and get me that video. I know you're in Daytona, but brother, please get me that video. I need it. It's got to be in the documentary. Other than those 2 things, I'm going to tell you guys what. I got to see the documentary, and Earl Hopkins knocked it out of the park. I'm telling you guys, this one, I'm proud of it, man. It's really badass. Are we really still on this send your video footage? Yes, Brian Barber, we're still on it. Yeah, 1 to 2 minutes, Earl said. 1 to 2 minutes. It's all we need, guys. It's all we need. So, man, the 2022 build off is in full swing. I know the guys have already started building their bikes. Things rolling right along. I did extend the entry date until May 1st, simply because I know there's a lot of guys that wanted to get in it last year that waited to the last minute. But you got to understand, we're doing another documentary. So if you're tiptoeing around the fact that you want to be in it and you're not sure yet, at least get your video footage done so that if you do decide you're going to get in it at the last minute, you've got your video footage for the documentary. This year, if you do not put your documentary footage in, it is a disqualification for you. I'm just going to tell you right up front. I don't care if we have only 2 builders in the damn thing. I will make a full-blown documentary on 2 builders and myself. It doesn't matter to me. I'm trying to do something for this industry. I'm trying to get it back to where it used to be in its heyday. And I can't do that without the builders. It's plain and simple. I can't do it without you builders. So, thank you to Logan Black. He sent in so much kick-ass footage. It's not even funny. Thank you to Dan and the guys at Shy South. Great video footage. Thanks to David Covington for all of his great video footage. Thank you to the boys at Convict and all their great video footage. Patrick Cooper's great video footage. Chris Moose's great video footage. You guys really knocked it out of the park with this stuff. I would love to see everybody return and go after the money again this year. But you know what? It's not easy. It's one of those things, man. But I will say this, when you see the finished product of the documentary, it's something to be proud to be a part of, along with the building of your bike, showing what you can do. It's really, really good stuff. Earl has been busting his ass to get this on streaming services, whether it be Hulu, Amazon, Prime Video. I mean, Earl's really out there pushing it right now and getting things in order to see if we can't get this docked somewhere good. We will have DVDs for sale. There are going to be some posters. What the hell? It froze up bigger than shit. What is going on? Oops, Facebook stopped your broadcast. You can learn more about it in the Tuesday. So, am I back? Y'all see me just fine? Everybody leave a comment because my side froze up there for a second. Are we still good? Somebody leave a comment and let me know if we're still back live and we're going good. Because I had a glitch. Anybody? Okay, so y'all are seeing me just fine right now. We're at about the 10-minute mark. Are we good? We're good. Okay, all right. So I'm back. So anyway, I don't know what the glitch is. I don't know what's going on. Oh, you did not say golden like a shower. Logan Black, you're gonna love this video, dude. You knocked it out of the park. No, Earl, I know you're not looking up for Hulu or Amazon, but I will say this. I got a contact tonight from Hulu, so I will be pushing it to Hulu. So, but anyway, let me get on to the meat and the potatoes of tonight's show. So it's been brought to my attention once, maybe twice, that, you know, my show's not really kid friendly. Well, I know it's not kid friendly, and I never meant it to be kid friendly. I kind of always led this show up to be real. No fake shit going on here. But as you guys know, for all you guys that have been watching for the whole time, I've been accused of rigging the biker build offs. I've been accused of it's one-sided. It's fishy. But I will say this, the people that talk the smack about me, were never in a build off, or if they were in a build off, they acted like such an ass. It's not even funny. But what are they doing? I'm still here. After 4 years, I'm still here, still doing it. I'm still financing it right out of my own back pocket from American Drag Seats, which I wear my apparel all the time so people can see it. If you want to buy that apparel, man, hook, get with me. I'll sell my American Drag Seat hat. I'll sell the t-shirts, the stickers, all that. I got it on. Alex, I can't bring on Scotty. Scotty doesn't watch anymore. He hasn't deleted me or anything like that, but, you know, Scotty doesn't really want to participate in this. Even though I do have the text messages saying he's in this year's build off. So I'm going to keep leaning on him till either he says he's not doing it or he's doing it. One of the two. I personally think he should do it because I think it's either going to do one of two things. It's either going to let you know who he is or it's going to let you know who he is. So there you go. Have you changed your opinion on Scotty Roberts? So here's my opinion on Scotty Roberts. Scotty Roberts, I did everything I could to treat the guy with the utmost respect, promote his company, give him the opportunity to land on this platform. And I know it's not the biggest platform. He's probably got a bigger platform himself, but I did whatever I could to make sure that he had a fair, square deal going up against one of the industry's best. You know, Tim and the guys over at Hot Rods and Handlebars, they did everything they said they were going to do. I mean, I thought it was a great build off, but somewhere along the way, Scotty changed his mind, and all he wanted to do was call me names, poke fun at me. He was never supportive of me, you know, and there's a lot of people that are starting to get like that. You know, the way I look at it, if you go back and watch the majority of my shows, I mean, I've got probably 400 shows up there now. If you go back and watch all of these shows on the grind, man, it is very, 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 very rare that you'll ever hear me talk smack about somebody, because in whole, I want to build the industry back up. I want builders to be like they used to be in 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, where the builders had lines of people wanting autographs, taking pictures, selling merchandise, things of that nature. Well, I always promote builders, from Scotty Roberts to Stephen Toth to Brian Barber, Louis Bailey, Aaron Green. It doesn't matter. I've always supported the builders. Even if I knew the builders didn't care for me, I still supported them. But I will say this, I'm starting to get to the point that it's becoming very obvious to me who actually supports this show and who doesn't. One of the things I wanted to talk about tonight was I made a post last week stating that American Drag Seats, my company, has invested almost $17,000 to get myself a plasma table. Now, for those that know, I run one of those at my day job. So I'm privy to working with it and doing it, but I've always wanted one at my disposal at my shop so that I could make parts, because I enjoy making stuff. It's what I do. And I know a lot of people out there want to poke fun, from Louis Bailey to PJ to whomever, want to poke fun at me that I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a metal fabricator, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter to me. Those things never really got to me. But I bought this thing because I enjoy fabrication. I just do. Whether you're fabricating, a towel rack for, your wife, or whether you're fabricating a fender for a customer, or whether you're hand making a gas tank, I enjoy making stuff. Okay. I always have. So getting a plasma table, it's going to happen. I've already paid my money for it. But I made a post yesterday stating, before it gets out there, I want to talk to Jenny Holstein and I want to talk to Curly, because I respect those guys. And those guys make parts. They make parts with their plasma table that I'd like to be able to make also. But if they're not cool with me making those two parts, I'm not going to make them. That's a respect thing. That doesn't mean I'm a bitch. That doesn't mean that, I'm some pushover or some shit like that. That just means I'm a man. I respect that those two guys already do those things. And if those guys give me the, hey man, do your thing, bro, I will happily make stuff just like that. But I'm never going to step on their toes. Curly's always supported me from day one. The very first time I ever met Curly, man, the dude was awesome. Has treated me kind ever since. He never talks shit about me. And if he does talk shit about me, it's never gotten back to me. So I'm going to assume that he hasn't. But I owe him the respect, knowing he makes amp racks and knowing he makes other type of parts, that I feel like if someone asked me to do one, I'll be like, hold up, man, my buddy over here, he already makes some. Why don't you let me hook you up with him? Because that's the way I was raised. I was raised to be respectful to people. Now, if there's a shit ton of other people out there that make them that I don't know make them, I can't not make stuff from people that I don't know exist. So I'll make whatever I want to make, and I've had a lot of pushback in the last couple of days since making that post. Apparently it makes me a pussy. Apparently it makes me, not a fabricator. Apparently I don't know what I'm doing, and that's totally fine. If you don't know what I'm capable of, that's totally cool, man. Live in the dark. And I don't mind the pokes and I don't mind the jabs, but the reality of it is I fabricate for a living every single day, 16 gauge stainless steel, aluminum. Hell, I even fabricate with copper. I mean, it's what I do for a day job. I'm blessed like that though. I'm blessed to have a kick-ass day job that I get to fabricate with metal and do stuff. And I'm blessed to be able to do it at home. So I've got two jobs that pay what I love to do. So I don't want to sit there and harp on that part of it, but what I do want to harp on is when you have a bike shop, and then in your bike shop, let's say you have 4 employees, and you sit there every day and you try to manage your 4 employees. When you manage your employees, you gotta find out what works for each employee. You got to find out how to treat each person respectfully if you plan on keeping them. If you don't plan on keeping them and you don't really give a shit, well then yeah, keep on treating them like shit. I don't care. But I do know this: if you want to be successful in any business, it doesn't matter from bike building to woodworking to cleaning someone's house. If you have employees, at some point, you're going to have to treat them with respect, and you're going to have to give them the pats on the back, and you're going to have to make them feel appreciated in that business, or you're going to end up losing them. I used to talk a lot, and I would never really say names and talk shit about people because I'm not that kind of person. I don't like talking behind people's back. But if I've already spoken to you 3 or 4 fucking times and told you how I feel, whether it was solicited or unsolicited, my intention was only to help you. And if you're still out there running your mouth about me because you think I was trying to hurt you, man, come talk to me. Come talk to me. If you want to get on social media and talk, fuck, dude, here's the perfect platform. We can hash this shit out in person right here on this show. There's not a single person from Kickstand Dixon to Stephen Toth to anybody else that's got an issue with me. Scotty Roberts, I don't care. I'll bring you on live and I will treat you with respect until you treat me without respect. And then we got an issue. But I'm not for everybody. That's why my show numbers, they're not thousands and thousands and thousands, because if it were thousands and thousands of people, I have a funny feeling the people talking the shit about me wouldn't be talking shit. But the reality of it is, dude, I'm growing this the best I can. I'm doing the best I can with it. You know, I work a full-time 40-hour-a-week day job. I come in here and I do this because I enjoy doing it. It doesn't pay me anything. If anything, it's taken away from me making money. But I enjoy this industry. This industry in whole, not just the bagger scene of it, but this industry in whole is kick ass. I mean, you got people that do seats like me. You've got people that do metal fabrication. You got people that do chrome plating, paint jobs, engraving. I mean, you've got all kinds of people that make all of this stuff come together. But the cool thing is everybody's artists. Everybody is artists. You know, I think it's funny, and I'm gonna call him out. Brian Barber. I remember when I first met Brian, it was like February of 2018, and he came across one of my videos, and him and somebody else were getting drunk or drinking or something, and they offered up paying me like $500 towards the biker build off. But I had no idea who he was, and it took me a while to figure out who he was, what he does, how he does it, and then we became good friends. The reason we became friends is because we think a lot alike. On a creative level, you know, the way he runs his household, spends his money, and all that, that's none of my business. But on a creativity level, we get along really well. But after getting to know him, I didn't know he was such a great painter. I know he painted Mike Wilcoxon's bike in the second biker build off. He painted that bike, and I'll tell you what, it was a 72-hour paint job. And the paint job was probably one of the best paint jobs I've ever seen, but probably the best paint job I've ever seen done in 72 hours. What's up, Charles Pouncey? They talk shit, but they always come on here. Well, it's kind of true, John. God damn it, I froze up again. What in the hell is going on? I've got great internet. Everything's going good. What the hell? Why does it keep glitching? Anyway, I'm going to keep going like it's not stopping. But my whole point is that when you look at what people are capable of in the last minute, you know, the people that really, really enjoy what they're doing can knock shit like that out, you know, in their sleep. But then I didn't realize how good of a bike builder Brian was until he built Quit Your Bitchin'. And if I'm not mistaken, Quit Your Bitchin' was built the 1, 2, 3 in the fourth biker build off, or no, the third biker build off. That's right, the third one. It keeps freezing on my end, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe I need to do a computer update or some shit. I don't know. But anyway, but when I saw him build Quit Your Bitchin', I'm like, holy shit, that is a badass bike. What it is, how he did it, the way he did it. God damn it, quit freezing. Shit. He's just really talented. And I love it when I hear certain people say, oh, he's stuck in the 60s or 70s. No, he's not. Go look through his pictures and look at the baggers that he built. He built a bike called Redemption, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about this, but I think the bagger was called Redemption. And man, that is probably one of the most sick ass baggers I've ever seen, but it's all handmade. I mean, it was just insane. But then you get people nowadays, they're like, well, what does Brian do? He's a plumber. It's like they never knew he was a bike builder. They never knew he was a painter or a welder or a fabricator, or any of this shit. The only thing that I've ever had bad to say about Brian, and I've told him, is sometimes his time frames suck. But then when you realize, I get up at 5:30, I take that back. I get up about 5:15 every morning. And in the last 3 months, when I get up, I get to work roughly 6:15. I always call Brian, always call him. 90% of the time, he's driving to the shop to get work on painting. I call him later in the evening after I've eaten dinner, and I'm up here working around 8:30 or 9, and he's always on his way home. You know, when you put in those types of hours for people, that's a lot of hours to work to try to do stuff. So it's not like Brian's lazy. It's just, I think Brian's a lot like me and probably a lot like a whole bunch of other people. He takes on more than he can physically handle because he doesn't want to disappoint people. Now, Brian could easily make me eat those words by being a douchebag, but I don't think it's in him to do that. I think he really genuinely wants to take care of people and give them more than what they're paying for. But my whole point behind that conversation was, or that diatribe was, that people don't know him. They don't know what he's capable of. They don't know that he's been doing this for shits and giggles 15, 17 years. You know, they act like he just started yesterday, you know, and if you Google him, you'll find out he did not start just yesterday. That's just like when I talk to people about Scott Owens. This is the one that gets me. Well, who is Scott Owens in this industry? Well, Scott Owens is the stereo guru. He's the god. Now, if you ask Scott that, he won't tell you that. He'll tell you, no, there's a lot of kick-ass people that are as good as I am, maybe better than I am. But the reality is it's either 43 or 47 time world champion in audio. How do you do that many times and not be badass at it? Another thing, my friend Logan Black, the same thing. I had no idea who Logan Black was. I just know that in I want to say it was 2019 or 2020, him and his wife pulled up in Sturgis, and I got to see the green bike that he built. And I'll tell you right now, I have probably 2 baggers that are my ultimate favorite baggers in this industry over all time. And Logan Black's is the second one. When you look at the bike that he built in his garage, I appreciate the fact that he built it in his garage because it's a 2-car garage, just like I had. Knowing he did it all on his own, that's amazing. He's talented. But if you ask a lot of people who he is, they're like, I don't know who he is. I'm like, well, you need to know him because he's the future. He's the guy that's going to be here 15, 20, 25, possibly 30 years from now, after most of us are all either dead and gone or we've gotten out of the game. You know, that dude is somebody to fucking pay attention to. Logan Black's second story of my life. Well, I know after you see the documentary, you'll understand who Logan Black is. That dude did, he had a whole career set out in front of him and walked away from that career, which was a great career. And he walked away from it just so he could get into something that sparked his head. The new Brian is about to start saying no to people. Sorry, I'm busy. Yeah, right, Brian. I hear that, but I doubt it'll ever happen. Man, it's all been copied since the 60s. Some of these guys now don't even know the old school guys that came up with half the shit in this industry. They think they just came up with it. If you ask them who Dick Allen, Ben Hardy, or John Harmon is, and they would just shrug their shoulders. Yes. So I know who John Harmon is. I'm not sure about Ben Hardy. I think I am, and I do know who Dick Allen is. But let's talk about that real quick. So your history, your pedigree. So there's a saying, if you don't know your history, you're damned to repeat it. Well, in the motorcycle industry, if you don't know your history, you run around here with like a chicken with your head cut off, acting like you're God's gift. So here's the deal. So I want to see the first person to leave a comment and answer this question. Who did the first hubless wheel? Leave a comment. Oh my God, there's old Alex. He's starting that shit. Mm-hmm. So who is it? Do you guys know who did the very first hubless wheel? No, it wasn't Trotta. So, okay. So, if you go back and watch the biker build off with Billy Lane and God, what's his name from Amen? I forget. Oh shit, his name eludes me right. Anyway, thank God you got my parts. Anyway, so there's a debate right now. He said Billy couldn't have been the first. Why do you think Billy couldn't have been the first, Logan? Mike Brown. There will be an argument that Mike Brown did it. Okay, so here's the deal. So if you go back and you watch the biker build off between Mike Brown and Billy Lane, there's a discussion on who did the first hubless wheel. Mike Brown claims he did it first, but it was never publicized. Billy Lane already had a platform when he did his. I will say this. How many people know Billy Lane has an engineering degree? How many people know that? True. So the debate is still up for debate. I don't know who actually did it first, either Mike Brown or Billy Lane. I know I saw Billy Lane's first, but on the build off, Mike Brown was claiming that he did it. But Mike Brown never showed his. He never showed, they didn't have pictures of it or anything. He just claims to have done it. Now, I can't say that he didn't. I don't know. I just know that those two claim to have. Well, fast forward, you have let's go to, do you know who did the first air lay frame bikes? Do you know who first did that? Because I know there's builders out there that claim that I got the first bike that ever laid frame. But I have to argue that point with you. Who did the first lay frame bike? Seeing if you guys know any history. Exactly. Billy does have a degree. If I'm not mistaken, he's got 2 degrees. 2 degrees. Anyway, my whole point is this. If you don't know where the bike building started, which was technically the 40s, okay, the 40s, and do you know how it started? How did customizing bikes start? It started in the 40s after World War One, when all the airmen came back with their Harley Davidsons that were given to them as their service vehicles in the Army. When they left the war, they got to take their bikes home with them. And it was an underground thing of chopping their bikes up to make them lighter and lighter and lighter, which is where the word chopper came from. It's not the fact that it's a raked out long wheel bike. Hell, a chopper could be a little teeny tiny little bobber looking thing. But my whole point is, so from my history that I can tell, Logan, Matt Hotch was the first person to do a full air ride lay frame. I've never heard anybody say any different. And when I've talked to Matt, he said he hadn't known of anybody that ever did it either. So I would like to get Matt on here for an interview one day, because ironically, I was in the biker build off against Matt Hotch when I did the seat for Rick Fairless on his Triumph, the Army green little bobber seat on that Triumph that he built that went up against Matt Hotch. Anyway, so my whole point with this thing is that you have builders nowadays that give no respect to where they come from. And they act like they're, and I hate to use this term because everyone think I'm talking about Louis, but they think they're untouchable. But the reality is there is nobody today doing anything, nothing. There's not a single builder out there that's doing something that has never been done. All of this stuff has already been done. What you are getting nowadays is creativity. You're getting a different style of bike. Just like the guys over at Convict Customs. they did that little lay frame Sportster. Well, they didn't hack up the frame to do that. I don't know how the hell they pulled it off, to be honest with you. I never even asked. I was in awe that they brought a Sportster. I'm a fan of chopping up Sportsters. I think they make some of the coolest looking bikes when you actually use a Sportster, but that's my opinion. But what I'm trying to say here is that when you sit here and you continually say, I'm the best, 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 but you know nothing about the history of this shit, and you're always claiming to be the first one to do this, do yourself a favor. Don't claim to have done something first. That's the easiest way to do it. Because I guarantee you, over the last 80 years, somebody's done it before. Billy Lane against Russell Mitchell. I don't think Billy Lane ever went against Russell Mitchell. I know Billy Lane went against Indian Larry twice, and he went against Mike Brown. I have to go do my research on that to find out if he did actually go against Russell Mitchell, but I don't think he did. But my whole point is that you sit here in this industry and everybody wants to be the best, the baddest, the this, the that. It's hard to respect builders nowadays when they have no respect for the heritage, when they don't even know who their competition is. All they want to do is talk shit about their competition. You know, there's not a single builder out there that I would be intimidated to go against. There's just not. I know there's a couple of builders out there that have so much creativity. Logan Black is one of them that I'm referring to, that I would be intimidated to go against Logan, because his creativity level, I think, is a lot higher than my creativity level, but his skill level, you know, I've got skills too, but I won't do, but you won't ever hear me talk shit about Logan. You won't hear me talk shit about TD Ward's abilities to build his bikes, even though he doesn't like me. You won't hear me talk shit about, well, yeah, you will. You'll hear me talk shit about the other two. But anyway, I'm going to drop that for now. My whole point is that if you have a shop, if you've got friends, if you've got anybody in this industry and you want to keep them on your side, you got to support them. You got to support them even when they tell you things you don't want to hear. I'll be the first one to tell everybody Logan Black disagreed with some of my decisions on the first build off, and I respect him for that. You know, I do honestly take the criticism, even if it's not favorable for me. I take the criticism, and I don't take the criticism because I want to be everybody's best friend or I want to be respected by everybody. I take the criticism because I can learn more by taking the criticism. And even if I don't use what they've said, I can at least use what they've said to keep from doing something in the future. And people won't tell you and talk shit to you or give you positive criticism if they're not genuine about it. You know, I would love it if Logan Black got into this next build, but I know the first one was taxing. The first one was expensive, and he knocked the shit out of the bagger world with that Road King he did. It's just amazing. But my whole point is that I listen to pretty much everybody talk. The reason I listen is because I want to bring out the best of me I can possibly get. And I'm not God. I'm not the best metal fabricator. I'm not the best seat guy. But I'll tell you this, I do have talents. I have abilities. And over time, some of those abilities are going to come out. Just like I said, you know, I'm a fan of Sportsters. I'm fixing to start building a Sportster for my son because the late, great Warren Vesley invested this bike into my son, and I told him we're going to build it. You know, God rest his soul. Now I feel even more obligated to build this as a tribute to just say thank you to Warren for believing in my show, for believing in the fact that, you know, me and my son are going to be capable of building this bike, things of that nature. So when you see the Sportster that I'm going to build, I'm not sure, but the one thing you're not going to be able to say is I don't know what I'm doing. You know, I am going to have help from Brian Barber because I'm making the frame, and I've never made a frame from scratch. I bought Brian Barber big, and I bought some of his tools when he moved from Ohio to Houston, or Ohio to Fort Worth. So he is going to come down here and help me lay it out. He's not going to do it. He's going to instruct. All right, Kevin, here's how you do this. Here's how you do that. Here's your wheel stance. You know, I got to give him all my information that what I want to do, but he's not building it. He's just going to help me figure out how to do it to decrease my learning curve. What did he say? Bruno said, Billy Lane built his fourth hubless mistreated for his Discovery Channel Biker Build-Off episode against Russell Mitchell. The episode was filmed in May and June 2006, and the episode aired August 7th, 2006. Thank you, Uncle Bruno. He's always got my back. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, but not quick detachable while driving down the road at 70 miles per hour. I've seen detachable saddlebags on the stock Toddy years ago. Whether they were not, I don't know. Here's one for you. Who built the first primary open belt drive, and what did he use parts off of? He used parts off of a blower, and if I'm not mistaken, his name was either Dave or David, and he did it in the early 60s. Am I right or am I wrong, Brian? Also, that same guy that built the first open belt primary with a blower assembly, he also built many other parts that he never got actual credit for because he didn't give a shit. He was building because he enjoyed building, and people would get his parts, reverse engineer them, and then they would take them, patent them, and start selling them. And he did. I think he passed away in the late 60s or the early 70s. Am I right or wrong, Brian Barber? You need to reply. I'm waiting, Brian. Anyway, Brian will get back with me in a minute. So anyway, my whole reason for saying all this stuff is that if there's some part of anybody that wants to poke fun, take jabs at me or whatever, hey man, if that makes you feel taller than you already are, man, go ahead. I'll be your stepping stone. But here and again, I'll be your huckleberry too. So, you know, I'm getting to the point with this show and the amounts of money that I've invested in it that I knew there would come a day when I would be the center of attention and people would be talking shit about me. I just didn't realize it would be certain people talking shit about me on a regular basis because I don't understand it. I try to support everybody. And this next year, you know, I'm probably going to cut loose of some people because I don't want the negativity anymore. I want people that believe in what I'm doing. I want people that want to be a part of what we're doing. I think the documentary is really going to help out with everything that's going on because when you guys see the documentary, I'm proud of it. So what was his name? It wasn't David or Dave. I don't remember his last name. See, Alex, I'm not saying that I'm going to cut anybody loose. I'm only going to cut loose people that are talking smack. That's it. You know, if you're genuinely just talking smack just to be funny, I get that, man. I've got thick fucking skin. I work in a refinery. That happens to me every day. It's the people that never have anything good to say along with their shit talking. You know, just like Scotty Roberts. I told him at the end of that, you know, that one live I did, I told him, fuck you. I'm tired of it. You know, you say one thing, but then you do another. I don't hate Scotty. I still hope and pray him and Lowe have a very successful business. And if there's ever builders in his neck of the woods that, you know me or come to me, I'll send them over to him, you know, but I'm not here to be shitty to anybody. I want everybody's business to do good. Speaking of businesses doing good, did y'all see that twin blower rigid that Shy South put out? It's called Blown Away. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's my style. That's some good shit right there. Ben Hardy was his name. He came up with a lot of shit that we still use today, even on baggers. Yes, sir, I agree. There you go. Ben Hardy. Anyway. Put me in for a CD. All right, John. Got you. When they come out, we will make sure. So just to let everybody know, no, my numbers aren't massive. I don't have all the best, but just to let you guys know, I was going to interview Baby Legs tonight, Mr. Keith Barker. But if anybody knows what's going on with him, he's actually in the middle of building his new shop, which hard work, dedication pays off. He's moving on up. But he said he'll be here next week. Also, for those that don't know, one of my oldest friends in this industry, actually one of the guys that actually got me in the industry, John Lang from Strip Club Choppers. I talked to him tonight, and he's down to do an interview. Y'all are going to want to watch that show because there's a whole lot about me that comes directly from John, and I got to give him credit, even though he's a knucklehead sometimes. I got to give credit where credit's due because John Lang stood up for me on many occasions when I was in the very beginning of my career, put me in front of people that really helped, shoot me out there a little bit quicker than it would have taken me to do it by myself. Okay, Benjamin F. Hardy was an African-American custom motorcycle builder. No, that's not the guy then. No, because the guy that did the blower was a white guy. Keith Kibbins blocked you because you told him he built a turd. Okay, Brian Barber. Am I right or am I wrong? But Benjamin F. Hardy is the guy that built the Captain America bike, and he built, God dang it, Dennis Hopper's bike in Easy Rider. Okay, Benjamin F. Hardy did not build the first open belt primary with a blower. Oh, Keith Barker. He blocked you over that? Oh, hell. Shit, I'm sorry. So hold on, Brian Barber. There's a question up here. So Uncle Bruno just looked up, and Benjamin F. Hardy was an African-American motorcycle builder who made the Captain America and Billy Chopper for the 1969 Peter Fonda road movie Easy Rider. Okay, so it wasn't Ben Hardy, Brian Barber, and I know that for a fact. He did not build the first open belt primary. I'd have to go back and do a little research, but I'll get back with you guys and let you guys know, and I'll even get pictures to show you who the guy was that built the first open belt primary. There was a documentary on YouTube about this guy, and he actually he did a lot of work for a lot of builders back then because this dude was the epitome of a biker. I mean, and anyway, I'll get his name. Dick Allen. Okay, maybe it was Dick Allen. Daniel Roby, bring me on. You got it, Daniel. Here it comes, cuz. Daniel Roby wants to come on. God damn it, quit freezing. Sorry, guys, I didn't mean to cuss. Hold on. Hold on. Dadgummit. Okay, come on, get us over here. All right, we're waiting for Daniel Roby to come on. He said he wanted to come on. Well, go to sleep, Louie. What's up, Robert? Anyway. Sure. Just let me come up with that $100,000 customer, and I would love to go against Curly. I would love to. Don't be sorry. I was just telling the truth. He had a damn zinc bolt through the middle of the license plate to stop it from rattling. It was bad. Yeah. Dick Allen was the one that did the primary. Okay. Yeah, but my whole point is at least you know the history. At least you know that there's more to it than just baggers. It's two wheels. It's a lot more. There's a lot more to it. And my whole point is if you don't know the history, it's very. I would assume it is very easy for people to think that well, you did it first. Well, okay, you better know your history first. History is. I sent you a link, Daniel. Did you not get it? Oh, okay, there he is. Let's see. What's up, dude?
What's up, man? Can you hear me? Cool. I can't hear anything out here. It's loud. Hey, we're going to walk around. We're going to put brand new live. Let's go on the show. Man, we're doing it now.
Man, I wish I could have gone this year.
Daytona, it's been crazy. The rain stopped. The bikes are rolling in. I'm going to spin this around so y'all can see a little bit. Man, there's some weed over there. It's just big piles of weed out in the middle of the parking lot.
I gotta make gas money.
Over here in Daytona. Hey, I hope everyone's doing well. There's some killer shows still going on this week. The Key show I left there just a little bit ago. It's banging. For Grandview live show, there's probably 50 bikes here. Tomorrow's a boardwalk show. Bikes and bass at the beach and sound awards. You got 3 shows tomorrow. And this Saturday is Big Wheel Women. So Daytona's off the hook. I'm not going to be able to hear what you say, so I just want to come on there real quick. Hope everyone's doing well. If you're in Daytona, come to Grandview or go to 631 or 651 Ridgeview. That's where the Key show is. 2 shows tonight. Love y'all. You have a great night.
Well, there you go. Daniel Roby slipped in here real quick. Anyway, so my whole point tonight is that you need to get it's Red Bull Roby. Oh my god. Yeah. Bob's bikes was badass. That one was very cool. But anyway, I don't know what else to say. All I can say, Kev, you still want to do my seat? Yeah. You still gonna enter the build off, Adam? I don't know. Where is Brian Barber going this weekend? Where could Brian Barber be going this weekend? Might have to go live to find out where he's at this weekend. Anyway. All right. Well, I'm going to slide out of here early tonight. I appreciate you guys watching. All you got to do is click the share button. That's it. Just hit the share button. All you're going to do is help the show grow. Anyway, you guys have a kick-ass night, man, and we will see you guys